Quantum entanglement and consciousness, the mysterious connection between neurons. Imagine your brain as a bustling orchestra with neurological pathways harmonizing in an intricate electromagnetic symphony that gives rise to consciousness. It's a beautiful metaphor, but how exactly these circuits sync up to create the experience of being you remains one of science's big mysteries. Some researchers are now exploring whether quantum entanglement, yes, that mind-bending concept from quantum physics, might offer some answers. At first glance, this idea might seem a bit out there. Quantum effects, after all, are usually associated with the tiny world of atoms and molecules, not something as large and complex as the human brain. But recent discoveries are challenging that assumption, making scientists take a closer look at whether quantum chemistry could be playing a role in how we think. A new paper from physicists Zefei Liu and Yongkong Chen of Shanghai University, along with biomedical engineer Ping Ao from Sichuan University in China, proposes a fascinating idea. They suggest that entangled photons, particles of light, emitted by certain bonds in the insulation of nerve cells might help synchronize brain activity. This comes on the heels of another intriguing finding involving a quantum phenomenon known as superradiance, which was spotted in cellular frameworks earlier this year. These discoveries are breathing new life into a highly speculative theory on consciousness known as the Penrose-Hameroff model. This theory, put forward by renowned physicist Roger Penrose and anesthesiologist Stuart Hameroff, proposes that networks of tiny structures within our neurons, called cytoskeleton tubules, might function like a quantum computer, somehow shaping our thoughts. The theory is controversial, but it's easy to see the appeal of using quantum physics to explain consciousness. Both are famously weird, combining predictability and randomness in ways that can be hard to wrap your head around. One of the biggest puzzles in quantum physics is understanding how a quantum system's uncertainty turns into a definite outcome when observed. Could something similar be happening in our brains? Maybe. But it's also possible that combining two mysterious concepts doesn't necessarily lead to scientific truth. For a long time, many scientists have been skeptical of quantum theories of consciousness, arguing that the messy, noisy environment of the brain is just too chaotic for quantum mechanics to play a significant role. But Liu, Chen and Ao's research suggests that we might need to rethink that stance. They point to the fatty myelin sheath that wraps around nerve cell axons. Imagine it as a cylindrical cavity where infrared photons generated within the cell could be amplified. This process might occasionally cause carbon-hydrogen bonds to emit pairs of entangled photons with highly correlated properties. Now, let's be clear. The word might is doing a lot of heavy lifting here. While there are some empirical findings that support parts of this hypothesis, direct evidence that entangled photons are influencing large-scale biological processes is mostly limited to photosynthesis at this point. However, there are precedents for quantum biology in animals. For example, research suggests that certain proteins in birds' eyes, called cryptochromes, might rely on quantum states to help these animals navigate over long distances using Earth's magnetic field. So while we're still a long way from proving that quantum mechanics is responsible for how our brains work, these new ideas are enough to make us pause and reconsider. Perhaps, just perhaps, there's a quantum element to the symphony playing inside your head. The rest of the news is available at the link below. Enjoy your reading.